Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.
I love kurtangle to death. I'm a shooter from way back, amateur from way back. I've always admired the guy for what he did. His neck broke, won a gold medal and everything. I would take somebody like that, like they did with Lou Thez back in the day. And he was, you know why he was world champion? Because if he had to turn it on, he turned it on. So you take a guy like kurtangle, build him to be the man, because everybody in the world knows kurtangle.
I met Kurt Angle one time, and I told him, I says, he's a great credit to our business.
And I'm going to go with, basically Captain America. Kurt Angle is our number 10 spot. Olympic gold medalist. Let's just start there. You know as well as I do, these amateur wrestlers have to be in great shape, not just cardiovascular, but strength. Your core, your legs, your upper body, your neck. I mean, you got to be able to bridge like a son of a bitch just to even be an okay, say, high school wrestler, let alone an Olympic level gold medal athlete.
Right. I broke my neck at the Olympic trials. I got thrown on my head, and all I heard was like a cracking and crunching sound in my neck. And I ended up with 3 broken vertebrae, and I had 2 herniated discs that were sticking directly into my spinal cord, so I was really risking paralysis. And I went home and got an X-ray, and I had 2 months. I had 2 months to get ready for the Olympics, and basically I went into the Olympics with a broken neck, and I had to have Novocaine shots, 12 of them shot into my neck before each match, so I wouldn't feel the pain. Apparently, he and Eddie Guerrero went into it one night because Eddie was shooting his mouth off or some such, and Kurt Angle kind of mopped the floor with him.
I'll tell you the most ridiculous I've ever seen was Eddie Guerrero trying to fucking fight Kurt Angle. Good Lord, God rest Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, that was dope. But it wasn't a fight that only lasted 6 seconds. But I mean, I said, Eddie, what are you doing? It's Kurt Angle. Are you kidding? Jesus. Eddie didn't care. He was coming out swinging. Oh, yeah.
What was that issue over?
I don't even know.
All right.
I just walked in and everybody, the guys that push that stuff too are that's. Why promote animosity? The business is hard enough as it is, right? But somehow somebody convinced Eddie that Kurt was screwing him around. But that's one of those deals. Pick your fights. You ain't gonna beat Kurt Angle. Good Lord.
And JBL later asked Eddie, like, "What the fuck were you thinking?"
Somehow I feel responsible for this.
And Eddie Guerrero just said, "What can I say? I get kind of stupid sometimes."
You don't control your Latino heat. You let your Latino heat control you, Eddie.
I remember when he won the gold in '96, because I was at a show and it was actually in the back. We were doing a TV taping, and someone had a monitor and they had it on, and we watched the night that Angle won and apparently he had a broken neck when he done that.
I want a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
That's pretty badass, and he went on to a successful, professional career. I guess Dory Funk Jr. and Tom Pritchard, so them guys helped him. And I will say this, I've always heard this, and I thought so too because I was a fan early on. He adapted real well, real quickly to the professional style or the pro style.
When he came in, he thought it was just all about punching and kicking, where I taught him how to put holds on and taught him how to headbutt people. I think the headbutting thing was getting him somewhere because he was doing these 3-minute challenges or whatever, the Kurt Angle challenge, and guys would come and what's your name, and I had them headbutting them as soon as they opened their mouth. So yeah, I spent a lot of time with Kurt, and I imagine teaching an Olympic champion how to wrestle.
But that was not to take anything away from his outside the ring style. And there's going to be someone that comes up on this list a bit later on, not to give anything away, but one of the stories I heard, the straight shoot, and I guess it was in Angle's book, and I'm not going to guess because I read it and I saw it in his book. Brock, when he come in, he was talking a little bit of smack about being, a big NCAA champion. So word around a campfire was he was talking smack, and I guess Angle approached him after a couple months. I don't know if it was at OVW, but he was doing some rehab of some type. Walked up to him and just basically said, hey, I heard you've been talking some shit about me, or, you want to go. Brock supposedly said, look, man, I'm staying here. I don't have any, I don't have any shoes on or whatever, because I guess he was in his socks where he'd been there training. I'm not sure what the story was on that, but basically Kurt just kicked off his tennis shoes and go, well, let's go.
So they went into the wrestling ring and did a shoot, like not a wrestling match, like a real amateur wrestling match. And then I remember my dad saying that he got yelled at. They were like, Jerry, go get your boys. They're out there killing themselves before they hurt. So Jerry, so my dad had to run out there and break them up, because if they hurt each other, those are the $1 million guys for the company. And they're out there not doing what they're, supposed to be doing. Right. So, but my dad said it was pretty tense. But my dad said Kurt kind of got the best of him.
Now, that's a different story than Brock now, being an MMA fighter. But that was word around a campfire that an Angle said in the book was there's a huge difference between being an NCAA champion and being an Olympic champion.
I have a lot of respect for Brock. I think that any fight he's in, he has a chance. You don't realize how strong and how athletic Brock Lesnar is until you get in that ring with him. I've sparred with him in real wrestling. I'm not going to tell you who won. I'll say I was very happy with the outcome. But I'm a much more experienced wrestler. Brock Lesnar is the best athlete over 250 that I've ever seen in my life. He benches over 600 pounds. I've seen him squat over 1,000 pounds. This guy is an animal.
So I guess that what you talked about, like conditioning and just everything, just both of them on such an elite level. And I didn't say it to embarrass Brock, but anyway, because he'd pop the floor for me, But he's one of those guys that we'll come back to, I'm sure, during his list. But that just shows you how tough some of these guys are. That hell, they didn't want any part of each other. So that was kind of my point that I was trying to make. But you get to these elite athletes that we're talking about, man. Sometimes they know, hey, this is going to be, someone's going to get hurt. Just like Eddie said, I don't know. Sometimes what you say, he said, sometimes he gets a little stupid or something.
I was paraphrasing, but he's like, yeah, I'm fucking stupid. What can I say?
There you go. So that shows, the type of toughness that guys that are on this list right there. When you start off, you have Kurt Angle all the way up at number 10, and you're going to be surprised who comes in at number 9.
Read the book that has the literary and wrestling worlds on fire. Pin Me, Pay Me, Have Boots Will Travel by accomplished professional wrestler Bobby Blaze Smedley. The incredible story of one man's battle to overcome all odds and realize a lifelong dream. Travel with Bobby in the ring, on the road, and around the world, including inside stories from WWE, WCW, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and more. Forward to the book written by Jim Cornette. Buy your copy of Pin Me, Pay Me, Have Boots Will Travel on Amazon.com today.